CSL. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Yes, 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 yes. Let's all stand up and sing our opening song, which is Spirit is in This Place, and make a joyful noise. Come on. Here we go. Come on.
Good morning, CSL family. Spirit is in this place. I'm Greg Kozlowski, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Center for Spiritual Living Sunday morning celebration service. Whether you're here in person or watching us online, we're really glad you're joining us. If this happens to be your first time and you're here in the sanctuary, we have a special gift for you, these mala beads. They can be worn and used in your prayer or meditation practice, and it's just our way of saying thank you for being here with us today. So, if you wouldn't mind, our ushers will be around in just a moment. They'll also bring you a little card. We'd really appreciate it if you'd fill it out and put it in the basket at the end of the service. And if you'll raise your hand or stand, our ushers will find you, and we'll give you a nice big CSL welcome. Welcome, everyone. If you're watching us online for the first time and you happen to be on Facebook, just note that in the comment section and we will be reaching out to you. And remember, you can always go to cslftl.org where you can register. While you're there, be sure to sign up for the monthly newsletter. It's a great way to keep in touch with what's happening here at the center. And be sure to like us, share us with all your Facebook friends, and follow us on Instagram so you don't miss out. So here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we have an intention statement, and it states who we are and how we want to show up in the world. So if everybody will please stand, say the intention statement with me, and then turn and greet your neighbor with a hello, a namaste, and please keep in mind that some people are still practicing social distancing. So who are we, CSL? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Thank you for joining us online for our Sunday celebration. We truly love our online community. Very soon, we're launching something very special. It is called the CSL After Party. On Zoom, you can join us to continue the conversation of any downloads or insights you may have had. Hey, stay tuned all the way through to the end of the service so you can hear the announcements, what's going on here at CSL, and ways you can stay connected with us right where you are. Listen, we're so grateful for you. We love you, and we're so excited you are a part of our family. So continue to enjoy the service, and we'll chat soon. Peace.
In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I had, and I am more than I will be. I am more than I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the songs of all my great-grandmothers, and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers, and the way to rise beyond the pain, all live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children, and the dreams of a better day to come, and the airs of heaven with the earth, all live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. Come on. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and displaced. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and misplaced. Been lied to. The lies can't be seen through in the land. You can't fall from faith in the land. You cannot be hurt in the land. There's more than enough in the land. Always at home, always at home. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am all that I have, and I am all that I will be. I am all that I am.
Nice.
Can I get a mic? There we go. In the land of I am, I am. You know, I am is another word for God. And those words, in the land of I am, that means we're all in the land of God. Yes or yes? That's why we're here today to said. If you don't know me, I'm Reverend Skip Jennings, your associate minister here at the place we call CSL, home. There's no place like it. No place like it. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful this morning, and everyone's walking up to me and saying, breathe. It's going to be okay. So I'm going to be up here. I'm breathing. It's going to be okay. Here at CSL, we have core values that we live our life by and that we have a way of living. And those core values are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, sacred service, diversity, and inclusivity. Today, we are focusing on diversity and inclusivity. Happy Pride Month. Yeah. AKA, I call it the Inclusivity Month, because if you think about all the brilliant letters that we are, LGBTQA, the A stands for allies, so we can't make it without our allies. We love coming together. And have you ever noticed this, that the chakra system, from below all the way up to the very top of our head, we have red, orange, we have yellow, green at the heart. There is blue at the throat, indigo going to purple into violet. Now, if you look at the pride flag, guess what? Same color system. Some divine queen said, we're going to take this chakra system and turn it into our flag. Now, I don't know if that is actually how it happened, but in my mind it did. You know, the Stonewall riots were started by our trans brothers and sisters and the drag queens. They said no more, which leads to where we are this month. I'm very excited that this month we're going to be walking into our Wilton Manors Parade. We're going to walk proud, and we want everyone to walk together. Why is that so important? Because for so long, our marginalized community was taught that we could not love God and God did not love us. So as we walk together as a center of love in the parade on the 18th, we walk with a message saying that you have a home where you can be loved, and we will love you exactly how you are. So join us on the 18th. March together as one center of love. Today, our core value is diversity and inclusivity. God bless.
Good morning, CSL. If you follow me on social media, then you know that I was in London a couple of weeks ago. I went to London to see the Queen, but apparently she was busy and had no time for me. I said, no worries, Queens come to see me every week. CSL is part of a global organization with over 500 centers worldwide. We are a spiritual community that honors all religions, all spirituality, and all faiths, and that's because we know there is no wrong way to worship, whether you're lighting a candle, repeating a mantra, or offering a prayer. We respect and we honor anyone's way that they use to draw them closer to Spirit. So we celebrate the diversity in religious practices this morning with a ceremony we call the Flames of Faith. The candles lit for the Tao to honor the universal path of harmony, the natural way. The candles lit for the shamanic traditions honoring the belief and practices of all indigenous peoples. The candles lit for Hinduism to honor the spiritual path of devotion and the variety of religious icons and deities. The candles lit for Judaism to honor the path of sacred law. The candles lit for Buddhism to honor the Four Noble Truths and the way of compassion. The candle was lit for Christianity to honor the Christ consciousness that lives in all of us. The candle was lit for Islam to honor the path of peaceful submission to the will of Spirit. The candle was lit for the universalistic religion of Baha'i to honor the path of unity. The candles lit for our own faith, which we call New Thought, to honor the metaphysical path and the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the 10th and final candle was lit for peace, something the world is in desperate need of these days, and for the peaceful acceptance of all faiths and all spiritual practices.
If I wrote a note to God, I would speak what's in my soul. I'd ask for all the hate to be swept away, for love to overflow. If I wrote a note to God, I'd pour my heart out on each page. I'd ask for war to end and for peace to mend this world. I'd say, give us the strength to make it through. Help us find love, 'cause love is overdue. And it seems like so much is going wrong on this road we're on. If I wrote a note to God, I'd say, please help us find a way. And all the bitterness, put some tenderness in our hearts. I'd say, give us the strength to make it through. Help us find love, 'cause love is overdue. And it feels like we haven't got a clue. Need some help from you. Grant us the faith to carry on. Give us hope when it seems like hope is gone. 'Cause it seems like so much is going wrong on this road. We're on. No. We can do this on our own. So give us the strength to make it through. Help us find love, 'cause love is overdue. And it looks like we haven't got a clue. Need some help.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
If we just had decent music here,
I know. Every week they do this to us.
then I
have to
think we could
follow
grow,
this.
right?
True.
Good morning, CSL. We present to you this morning Ebony and Ivory.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Yeah, I said, we've been talking separately for a long time. Why don't we sit on the stage and share our thoughts together? Yeah, it's going to be
Thank you.
It's a new day. But before you get to talk, I have to tell a story.
Yes, you do.
I like to tell stories. I am a studier of people, and I like to study people that have achieved greatness in whatever capacity, whether they've achieved great love in their lives coming from some kind of disastrous relationship or family, or whether they've achieved great financial success. I believe that the people that you surround yourself with is who you become. So I take my time to study people that I know, people that I don't know. I read their biographies. You often hear the story of self-made men, and there are so many biographies of self-made men, it's part of our culture. But hardly anyone ever says she's a self-made woman. We just don't hear enough of that. And so today I want to highlight a self-made woman. I want to introduce you to a woman that you might have seen here at CSL. You might not have seen her here. Her name is Darlene Pfeiffer. Here's a picture of her. Yeah, you might have seen her around. Darlene Pfeiffer says that there are no roadblocks in life, there's just divinely inspired moments. And her story begins, really, the story of her success begins in the 1960s when she had her beloved job, like the dream job of her life, which was a TWA flight attendant. Well, back in the day, the 1960s, when you were a TWA flight attendant, if you got married, you were fired. And so she was single when she took the job, and she got married, and they fired her immediately. And so she did get married, and she married a man, and they did not live happily ever after. She wasn't well suited for the housewifery chores and duties, so she started to thinking about what she could do for her life. What do I want to do with my life? And she called on a friend of hers who actually owned a Kentucky Fried Chicken in the neighborhood that she lived in Columbus, Ohio. The friend, or the person that she met, was named Dave Thomas. You might have heard of him. He went and started Wendy's. And she was inspired to follow his advice to open a KFC franchise. And so that's what she did on her own. She started opening KFC franchises. One turned to another, turned to another, turned to another, turned to 4, turned to 5. And in the end, when she had completed her career with KFC, she owned 50 KFC franchises. 50. Now, she modeled her life after one man that she greatly respected, and you would expect her to respect Colonel Sanders. She said he was a great man, and he said, look, I came into this life with nothing, and I'm going to leave that way with nothing. And she was so greatly inspired by his wisdom. She said, I agree with that. She says, I'm going to give it all away. I'm going to give it all away. I hold a responsibility that I have created great success in my life, and before I end this life, I'm going to give it all away. So I was inspired to tell you that story because it's connected to another story this morning. This story is about the man that sits right next to me on my right. 7 months ago, he joined us here at CSL Fort Lauderdale. He was hired as an associate minister with the hopes and expectations that he would be able to fit into the mold of senior minister, knowing that I was going to retire. So the Board of Trustees watched, and I watched, and we mentored, and it became obvious very quickly that he had the capacity to not only operate as a senior minister of CSL, but to hold a grand new vision for our future. A couple of months into it, he shared his vision with me. He called it CSL University. And the vision is to create a university where we hold our education and all that we teach and the spiritual principles that we teach, not just here in person, but to expand them to the world, to create an online content-driven CSL University, teaching spiritual principles in courses, classes, and retreats. It was a big vision. I was impressed with the vision, and I said, I think you should share it with the board. And so he did share it with the board. And it became obvious to all of us that this grand new vision that he had for CSL expanded us way beyond just the people in the room. I worked with Reverend Skip on this vision. We created a platform for it. He assembled a board of advisory, and we got more involved in the vision, which is exactly what we teach you to do. Since education is my love, I said I would love to be the director of education for CSL University. And he goes, I would love that. We knew that this would take an enormous amount of money to found a university and to start online content. We figured it'd be about $500,000. We put together a proposal, and we asked Darlene Pfeiffer if she would contribute $500,000 to CSL University. She said yes. I share this story with you this morning for a number of reasons. Number of reasons is Darlene is probably watching, so thank you so much for your love and your support and your belief in one man's vision. The second part of it is, I told you a few weeks ago that I was retiring from pulpit ministry, and I had no idea what I would do. I really didn't. All I got was a message from Spirit that says, stop. Stop doing what you're doing, and I'll show you what comes later. And so I listened, and this is what came later. I'll stay on at CSL as the Director of Education for CSL University. The second thing to tell you is that all the monies that are contributed over the 5-year period, $100,000 a year for the next 5 years, is to be spent only on CSL University. We are required by law to spend it only on that. So it doesn't affect the operations. No money will come from the general operations of CSL. It is separate and privately funded. So that's all good news. The third thing I have to tell you is I want you to understand the power of a vision. And one person who has a vision, who called it forth from the mind of God and said, this is the best idea I have for our future. And believing in that vision, not knowing where the money would come from, not knowing how it would ever come, just beginning to assemble people around the vision. And the power of the vision to create and manifest is what our teaching is all about, my friends. You have a front row seat today to watch it happen. This is power, brother.
I'm pretty much cried out. But there's still something welling up that's within me. So I was told by one of our members, you need to tell more stories. So I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story. When I arrived to New Thought, the story was, I knew I was supposed to do something great. I didn't know what it was. I went to my teacher then and I said, I'm supposed to do something great. He said, vision. He said, you will find where you're supposed to land through visioning. You will find what you're supposed to do during visioning. Then he said, now get your butt into a class and understanding what you are saying yes to. See, this CSL University has come from a place of my heart where I was changed from a victim to a victor. I was changed from a hopeless person to someone who had something to give. And that's why CSL University is so important to me. One of the things I did when I got to New Thought, every book of the month that was listed to us, I went out and bought, and I read it. I read it from cover to cover, every one. This month we have an incredible book of the month. We have them out front. I want you to go get this book. It's going to change your life, and you too will see the vision of your life. So this story is not really uncommon for those who are on the path. This is the path that we're on, to grow and to expand and to find the next vision. Not our vision in our head, but God's vision. And once we do that, we will learn how to shift this planet. I truly believe in that. Darlene's partner, Paul, said to me in our pitch, he says, do you still have a vision to send this message of love to the world? And I said, yes, sir. But it begins with me here at home and creating a place where every member can come to class and understand what self-love is. This is what this vision is all about. So we're going to have a discussion around this book here, the Book of Souls.
You go first.
Well, okay, you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. So Dr. Chris said, okay, so find some quotes that really speak to you. So here's the first quote for me, and I love this because I feel like I'm in the middle of this right now. But in the very beginning, Mark Nepo writes this: after being born physically, we unfold within a second womb meant to incubate our better angel. The second womb is an experiential one that, through the labor of a lifetime, births the soul on earth. So, Dr. Chris, in 32 years of ministry, how many wombs have you been in to be incubated to who you are today?
That's a lot of wounds, brother. Yeah, it's, people say that becoming a minister is like stepping on the end of a rake. Everything that is in the way of you personally becoming an instrument for God's expression comes right up and hits you in the face. So it's why the average career in ministry is only 7 years across denominations countrywide. So after 32 years, I can say that I've been hit in the face many, many times by my own limitations, by my own limited thinking. It is a fast track to oneness with Spirit. Yeah, and you know that.
I do.
Yeah, there are multiple levels of compensation in life, and the lowest level of compensation is money. People will do anything for money. The highest level of compensation is knowing that something you said or did changed a life forever. And teachers know this, school teachers know this, my friends who are school teachers, my friends who are nurses, my friends who are ministers. We don't do what we do for money. That's not the compensation we seek. We do this because we believe and know that something can be said or done that can change a life forever for the better, and that it's our duty and our obligation to do so. And we do that not because we're morally superior. We do it because we understand there's one life.
Yes.
And what I give to you, I give to me.
Yes.
I thought you were going to go first. You were going to do all that.
You have a quote for me?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So my first quote, hold on a minute. Just pull it up so I can read it from there. Yeah. It says, our walk in the world is always precarious as we find our way between burden and grace, falling down and getting up as many times as necessary. I chose that because I've fallen down a lot. And we've all fallen down a lot. We have started some kind of program and then slipped. We have tried to find fulfilling relationships and failed. People that we love, we've hurt or been hurt by. Our best intentions sometimes turned out to be our worst nightmares. So I fall a lot. And it's in that falling where you learn humility. You learn that we're all in the human experience together, and that we carry the burden of the pain of the human experience. Someone you love is going to leave you. Someone you love and care for is going to pass away. Someone you trusted is going to hurt you and cheat you. Part of the human experience is to bring us to our knees in the pain of the lack and limitation of this world. But then get up. Get up. Because the power isn't on the floor. The power's in the air. And so as we learn to lift ourselves up, we retain our worth and our value, because it's in those times when our abilities are questioned, when our self-worth is questioned by other people, where we are forced to bring it forth in our own minds. It's when someone says, you're not lovable, that we go, wait a minute, who says I'm not lovable?
That's right.
So we rise to the occasion. We fall down. We get up. We forget. We remember. We pass out. And we keep going. Get up, get up, get up. Get up.
Yes, get up. There is a great song. I know, Antonio, you'll know this great song. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. That song tells us it doesn't matter how many times we fall down, we get back up. Because that's what grace is. And I remember growing up in Baptist church, and we would hear that grace is an unmerited gift. But as I grew in new thought, I realized that we're under grace because we are. And grace is only grace when you allow it to cover all the things that you think that you're unworthy of experiencing. So you might not feel today that you're able to experience love. Lean into grace until you're able to see that you are loved. Maybe you've had a business that didn't work, and you're still living a shame over a circumstance. The truth is that you're a divine emanation of the divine, of the one, that you are abundant, prosperous. Use grace for you to see that again. Or maybe you are going through your dis-ease of your body. I call it a dis-ease, not a disease, a dis-ease in the body temple. Allow grace to cover you until you recognize your healing. And your healing is not something that happens externally, although that's the evidence of it, but the healing is something internal. When you realize that there is nothing wrong with you, when you realize there is nothing that you do not have, you step into your own personal healing. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do.
You know, I think the whole thing about grace is, I come from a Methodist church, and no matter what denomination you were in Christianity, you really hear the message very early on as a kid. You're a wretched sinner. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You don't deserve your good. You don't deserve your good. And I think that, finds its way in the deep, dark crevices of our consciousness, right? And we begin to live by it. And so when something good comes to mind that we want, there's that little voice inside that says, you don't really deserve it, and God doesn't really want to give it to you, and blah, 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 blah. So we operate with this voice inside because we know we've done nothing to deserve it. Honestly, when you think about all the goodness in your life, have you done anything to really deserve that? The answer is no. And so we think we're going to work to get our good, or we're going to prove ourselves worthy. But the truth is, you don't have to do any work. You don't have to become deserving, because it's a gift. It's a gift given out of love. So all of our working to prove ourselves worthy is wasted effort. That's what grace is. It's a gift given in love. Yeah. All we have to do is accept the gift. And that's all the work that we do on our inside, right?
That's right. That's right. One of the things that I recognize, I don't know if this happens to you, Dr. Chris, but when I try to work to gain popularity, money, prestige, to prove to other people that I should be doing something, or I should be in a place, it kind of goes wah, 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 wah. It goes wah, wah, and that is wah, wah. And one of the greatest things that Dr. Chris told me, about 3 months in, I was having some issues, and, I was dealing with something, and he said to me, brother, you're called to be here. This is your authority. Step in with your divine authority. And it was from that point that I realized, I'm walking with God God is walking as me. That's the only authority I need to have. That's the only place I need to come from. And the rest will happen. The rest will happen. From that point on, it was just a different pep in my step. You know, I took off the jackets and started wearing my short sleeve shirts into church, and I'm like going, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with it, although today is a day I can wear a jacket. I feel comfortable wearing a jacket.
You look very ministerial.
Thank you. I can go both ways, jacket or no jacket. But yeah, that was a great mentoring moment for me. You're called to be here, brother.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
My second quote. What's my second
Or was it supposed to be me? It was supposed to be me.
Oh, it's supposed to be you?
Because we're gonna throw Jerry
Your
off in
second
there.
quote, then.
We're gonna throw Jerry off. So this one is actually speaking to me as well. This is let's see here, page number 2 here. So this quote says this. Mark Nepo writes this: "Our constant challenge is to accept how life wears away what doesn't matter until the miracle of life is revealed in everything." So I'm always like that, you know, those who have taken visioning with me, or you might have heard a visioning going on, that one question that we ask towards the end of the vision: what must we release that no longer serves the vision? And I constantly am always asking that question on a daily basis. What must I release to let go? It's like having a backpack of spiritual junk, call it, and you're walking up a hill. And the spiritual junk, because I believe everything is spiritual. I believe everything is here for us to wake up to our divinity. So therefore, we have a backpack of stuff. And then we get to a point where we don't need to be in shame. So we reach behind us and we get the shame junk out of the spiritual backpack. And then we're climbing up the hill, and then we realize that we no longer have to be a victim to get what we want. And so we begin to take that out the backpack. And then we get to look at places where we might have been molested, or we might have been hurt, or we might have been violated, and we understand that that too was here for me to be better. So we reach in that victim and we pull it out, we pull it aside, and then we're cruising up that hill, and then all of a sudden there isn't a hill, and then there is just this, I'm not going to say easy, but there is this movement of spirit. You're in grace. And life becomes filled with the ease of grace. Not easy, but the ease of grace.
You know, many of you know my good friend August Gold, and August Gold has something she said that I've never forgotten, and she says, when you pray, one of two things happen. Either you get the thing you prayed for, or you get the thing that's standing in the way of the thing you prayed for. And 90% of the time, you get the thing that's standing in the way of the thing you prayed for. And you're like, why the hell did this happen? I was praying for money, and then all this stuff happened. All I have are these feelings of lack and limitation, because it's the thing that needs to move out of the way so that you can have the thing you prayed for. And that's the work to be done. Jerry, I want to move to my third quote because we're going to run out of time, so let's skip the second one. You know what the third one is? What does it say? We blink. Read this to me. Would you help me?
Okay, yeah, I can read. I got it.
I dropped my glasses.
We only have one turn at being.
this one.
Oh, this one there. Okay. How many ministers does it take to do a service? Obviously.
Apparently, two. Two to read a book.
Whoa. Okay.
They can read it. You just read it to me.
Okay, we're linked in our humanity the way the earth holds a tree, so that the tree can hold a nest, so that the nest can hold a bird, so that the bird can drop a seed that will in time give birth to the next tree. Ta-da!
Thank you. You know, I wrote the manifesto that's in the lobby, and it says that we are each a link in a chain of consciousness that stretches before and after our life for 1,000 generations. And I believe that that is the case. And I think that all the work that we do personally, like the work that you are doing on your own life, trying to find a better sense of your worth, working to build quality relationships, attracting success, building your body, overcoming all the challenges that you have personally. I know you think that they're your personal challenges, but they're actually humanity's personal challenges. And as you come into your own power and your own authority, it's the if I be lifted up, then those around me shall also be lifted up. It is that sense of we are here together to lift each other up. We are consciously aware. We're the only species on this planet that is consciously aware of itself and its own life. We have an obligation to leave this planet better than we found it. And that is the ultimate recognition of oneness. So it's not just a moral authority. It's like, I should leave people better than I found them. You have an obligation of the universe. It has given its life to you. It has breathed its spirit into you. It has organized a particular deoxyribonucleic acid that makes up your body, your DNA, that is never again repeated in all of time and history. You are here for a purpose. You are here for a reason. And you have something to do or say that will make a difference, not just to you, but to the next generation and the next and the next. And your ability to lift yourself up strengthens that chain of consciousness. So the next generation can live better than you. They won't have the struggles that you've had. They won't have the challenges you've had. Like our children in our youth center, they will grow up knowing their worth.
Yes.
Maybe we didn't get it, maybe we didn't hear it, but they will know their worth. That is what we're here together to do, not just as a CSL community, but as individual expressions of God. That's what I believe.
You know, at the end of talks, and I love Dr. Chris always says, it's a lesson. And I'm always brought to a place of realization. Is my mic going in and out? Okay. I'm going to do this one here. I think I'm sitting on, okay. So one of the things that Dr. Chris always says, so ends the lesson. I always am very, very clear, it's actually beginning the lesson. Things that we learn here, the universe will give us a practical application that it may become real to us. So if we're talking about self-love, or we're talking about healing, or we're talking about abundance and prosperity, you will have a practical application for it to become a living embodiment of you. So whenever we're finished here, we have the obligation that Dr. Chris was talking about to cultivate this lesson, to cultivate it, and how we can take it and share to the rest of the world. See, we're very fortunate. We're here at a beautiful place. People know that we are loved. We love each other. We get to share unconditional love on a Sunday, but then what happens on a Monday, y'all? What happens? We're here to take what we learned here and to live it out there because this world needs us. This world needs our commitment to God, to spirit, so that we may shift. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of wars. I'm tired of homophobia. I'm tired of transphobia. I'm tired of xenophobia. I'm tired. I'm tired of this conversation of right and left, blue and red. Everything that we're doing here is for us to go out there and to live it and to share it. And it's not by what we say, it's about how we live. So if I can't let someone in on 95, and I didn't say the 95, if I can't let someone on 95 or I can't let someone go in front of me in Publix, then I'm missing the whole point of this. If I can't give a smile to a child I see, maybe at a restaurant, or say hello, or to hug y'all, because the hug that I give you, you're going to take out and hug to someone else. We have the obligation and we have the calling to take this message out to the world. And I'll finish with this. All are called, but not everyone answers the call. Today is our day. We shift the planet, and it starts here at CSL.
And so ends the lesson.
And so begins the lesson.
Oh, that was fun. That That was fun. So this is our offering time, and if you found value in what you received here at CSL, then consider supporting us now. I will tell you that this community and its financial strength comes from a group of people that we call TPL members, and we love and adore them. They are committed to giving a specific amount of their good to us on a weekly or monthly basis. There are a couple of hundred of you that are in support of it. If you'd like information about becoming a TPL member, it's really easy to do so. You can find out in the lobby, or you can go to cslftl.org. If you are watching us online, of course, you can click the donate button on Facebook, or there are multiple ways in which you can give. The easiest way is to download the Center for Spiritual Living app and then click on the giving button there. It doesn't really matter what you give. That's your personal decision and your understanding of what Spirit is in your life. But know this, whatever you give, whether it's your heart, your love, or your money, everything that you give out returns right back to you, multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
So it is.
Join us for God is my source.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Yes. I love meditation. I really love meditation. And it's a discipline. It's a discipline to get up every morning and to sit and to read 365 Science of Mind, or sit in the stillness, or listen. But it's a discipline. And once you fall in love with God, the discipline becomes blisscipline. And every time I sit, no matter how I feel, there is a shift that happens. Now, sometimes it feels wonderful, and sometimes it doesn't feel so wonderful, because things will come up in meditation. This is what I know. There is no good meditation. There is no bad meditation. There is just meditation. That's what I know. So in this meditation today, I'm going to invite you to take into that meditation what is holding me back from this miracle to be realized. And the miracle is you. The miracle is your vision. The miracle is your life that the Spirit is calling you to live. Your miracle is the love that you get to go out and to share today. But we get to cultivate, what is that that's standing in the way of me living this life? So in meditation, let's cultivate that question.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day,
There's a peaceful, peaceful voice that lives within all of us. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and ye shall find. We ask the question with the knowing that it will be answered. So as we enter into the silence, again we ask the question, what is standing in the way of this miracle to be manifested as me? Let's meditate. So whatever was revealed to you, it's not an opportunity to shame or to blame or to see it as being wrong. It's an opportunity to let go of it, to release it. Know that it's standing in the way. See, you've been called to live a dynamic, loving, beautiful, creative life. This is the life of God. There was a song that I played this morning by Ricky Byers, I Rest in Thee. One lyric says, my destiny has been fulfilled by you, O God. My search is over, and I rest in Thee. Today, knowing that we release anything that will not allow us to rest. Today is the day. Today is the day.
Every day, every day, every day, every day, God is all around. Every day, every day, every day, every day, God is all around. And I'm thankful. And so it is. And I'm thankful. And so it is. God is all around me.
And together, let's do an Om together. Let's breathe in. And so it is.
As was mentioned earlier, June signifies Pride Month. And so I chose a song that I thought would be very appropriate for Pride Month. And I know you all know it, so please sing along with us.
Please do.
Come on.
I
it show. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. There's a new me coming out. I just had to live, and I just want to give. I'm completely positive. I think this time around I am gonna do it like you never knew it. Oh, I'll make it through. The time has come for me to break out of my shell. I've got to shout that I'm coming out. I'm coming out.
Yes.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
Come on. Hey.
I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm
Coming out.
coming.
I want the world to know.
Got to let it
show.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
I've got to show the world all that I want to be and all my abilities. There's so much more to me. Somehow I have to make them just understand. I've got it well in hand. Oh, how I have planned. I'm spreading love. There's no need to spread fear. And I just feel so glad every time I hear I'm coming out.
Come on.
I want the world to know.
Got to let it show.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
I'm coming out.
Thank you, sir. If you are here for the first time today, it's not always like this. It's not. Almost, but not always like this. If you did come here today and you're facing a challenge, whatever the personal challenge might be, a challenge of self-worth or understanding of finances or whatever it is, we have professional prayer practitioners that have come here to support you. They have showed up today specifically doing their own work so that they could know something about you that maybe you've forgotten. So please see one of them. We believe in the power of prayer, and the easiest way to get prayer really is to go to your CSL app and press the button that says prayer, or you can call the 24-hour prayer line at 954-990-5625, and that's 24/7. You know, we have a youth department, and they're here this morning to help us sing our closing song. And if you have children, do you know that we have curriculum and courses online on cslftl.org? All you have to do, if you have children wherever you are in the world, there is free course curriculum online. And if you're here in the room and you have kids or grandkids, please bring them to participate in our youth. Reverend Skip has already told you about the June Pride event, which is the Saturday of the 18th. You can walk with us. Oh, doesn't matter. I don't need this anyway. So let's talk about me, finally. Oh, jeez. When are we going to get to talk about me? All right, so you know that after 32 years of pulpit ministry that I am retiring. And so there's a couple of events I want to ask you to mark your calendar for. August 26th, which is a Friday night at 7 p.m., there will be a retirement banquet here at CSL. The tickets are $150. We will sell only 150 tickets. Now, where does the money go from the retirement banquet for Dr. Chris Michaels? Does it go to Dr. Chris Michaels? No. No. The board, in its infinite wisdom, has decided to create a Dr. Chris Michaels Ministerial Student Fund. And so all of the money from the banquet will go to fund a new ministerial student, and this will go on year after year in my name. So please plan to come to the banquet. And this will help some new young minister coming up in the ranks to pay for their education. Of course, you know today is the vote for your next senior minister. So Reverend Skip and I are going to stay up here after the service and allow all non-members to leave and wonderful Sunday experience, and we're calling forth all CSL members to make their vote. We're going to stay online for those of you viewing that were able to vote before you left town and you still want to see the results, so hang in there. We close with our affirmation and prayer, and I know that your affirmation is exactly like mine, so would you say it with me, please? My life is a divine journey, an emblem of the universe. You wrote that. You do the treatment.
Let's all stand up.
You need a microphone.
Yeah, well, I think this is on again.
Okay.
All right, let's know this together. There's only one power, there's only one presence. This is the mind of God. This divine energy, this universal field is everywhere present. It is expanding more of itself as each and every one of us. Oh, there's no spot that this love is not. This life is the life of God, and we are all in the land of the I am that I am. So we get to go out. We get to share divine love. We get to share the blessings of life itself that we so richly felt here today. Oh, today is a great day. Today we get to go and to change this planet one smile at a time, one love at a time. This is what I know. And for this I give thanks. And so it is.
So it is.
Amen. Amen. Everyone on Facebook, we're going to be here next week, 10:30, and everyone online, so we'll see you next week. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to sing a song. This is my wish. Where are our kids? Are they up?
They're coming.
Come on.
our kids.
Oh,
Come on,
yay! Yes.
This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth.
Good night, everybody. Good job. Mic on.
Something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of CSL, please take a seat for just a minute. There are many people who voted in advance. I hear music, Jerry. Awesome.
Announce it right now. We're going to announce it right now.
We wanted to do this process completely in transparency, so we're doing it in front of you, and the ballot box is right here. We've asked people who have no really interest in the outcome to tally the ballots here, and they'll do this in front of you. The ballot box will be left here after you vote, and it'll all be done in front of you, and then we'll just announce what the results are. I do want to say, before you vote, a couple things. I want to remind you again that the ministerial search team was established by the Board of Trustees quite some time ago. And we began to interview candidates for the position of senior minister. We interviewed several candidates. We had a couple people come and speak. We interviewed people on Zoom. We did an exhaustive search of resumes. We even called up colleagues and said, do you have anyone that you can recommend for the position of senior minister of this corporate-sized church? I contacted ministerial students that are just graduating from ministerial course, and I talked to two of them. Neither of them said, I don't think I want to work that hard. And I said, okay, I understand. And so after this exhaustive search, and knowing that there is obviously kind of a shortage of ministers, there are currently 20 centers for spiritual living who are seeking a senior minister that are vacant. So after this exhaustive search, we found Reverend Skip Jennings. And as I said earlier, we hired him as an associate minister with the hopes and expectations that he would be able to serve in that capacity, but we didn't really know. So on-the-job training, it became very clear within the first 2 months as the board had recognized that this is the person who not just has the skills, the consciousness of love, which clearly he does, the consciousness of faith, which clearly he does. It's very challenging for a community to vote on a senior minister because really all you see is 20-minute talks. You're going to take a class, you're going to hear a 20-minute talk, and you're going to go, well, I think he's good, I like him. And this is why we do the due diligence for you behind the scenes. Because running CSL is a business. It costs $10,000 a week to run the CSL. That's what it costs, $10,000 a week. So you have to have the skills, the business skills, to create that kind of income. You have to have the visionary leadership to come up with ideas that create that kind of income. You have to have an educator's mind, a marketing manager's mind. You have to have the hat of leadership. You have a staff to manage, an unpaid staff to motivate, because of people that aren't paid need different motivations. So the position of a senior minister isn't just giving a lovely talk on Sunday and teaching a good class. It's behind the scenes of managing the staff, creating the income, doing the budgeting, doing the marketing, doing the advertising, working with our marketing partners, Baxter Martin, and doing all of this together.
Are you sure you want it?
This is why it's such a difficult position to fill. It really is. I mean, we searched for a long time, and we had some really good people, kind people, loving people who said, oh, they're really great, they'd make a good assistant. Or they're really good and they have no experience running a business, or they don't even understand what a multiple platform environment is. So this guy who had 30,000, Instagram or Twitter followers, had his own business online, has all the experience from this. We said, this is super. So myself and the Board of Trustees is urging you to vote for Reverend Skip Jennings for your senior minister. Of course, the power is in your hands. You decide. But I do want to let you know, you have two choices, and the choice is Reverend Skip or search for other candidates. I do want to let you know that that power that is in your hands today will determine CSL's future. And if you decide to vote for other candidates, it might very well be a very lengthy process, and you will be without a senior minister for quite some time. So, I'm not telling you anything you don't probably already know, but this is why I'm encouraging you to have consistent leadership go on. Reverend Skip, if he's voted in as senior minister today, has already, in hopes that you will vote for him, has done a search for his own assistant minister. Of course, CSL will need an assistant minister. There's several women that he has actually spoke with, and we've started a search for that. And, he knows about balance, about leadership balance. Yes. And so he's, doing that search on his own, and we'll find someone to fill that seat. Does anybody have any questions before the vote? Yes?
About Skip, because I know him a little bit. I'm wondering what constitutes membership in CSL.
What constitutes membership at Center for Spiritual Living is to have gone through the CSL 101 class. There are many people here that say, oh, but I'm a TPL member, but I'm not a member. I said, my husband is a TPL member, and he's not a member of CSL. So there are many people that you can come to CSL and give money forever and never become an actual member. But when you take the CSL 101 class, you're saying, these are my people, this is my teaching, these are the principles I believe in practice, and this is my home and my community. So that's why we have two classes, CSL 101, and we encourage people to become members, and we do membership classes 2 or 3 times a year. The last 2 times we've done them online as well for people that are members or that want to become members that aren't actually local. So yes. Or if you were here, I've been here for 6 years, I think 6 years. If you were here before I came here and you were a member and on the roster of members, and we have that up here, before the CSL 101 classes, then you are still a member of CSL. So it was grandfathered in. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
This being Florida, can we vote more than once?
No. There'll be no hanging chads. Thank you for the comedic relief. You vote one member, one vote. One member, one
Yes.
vote. Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, if you're prepared, yes.
I'm curious how many members are there total? Is that not necessarily in the room, but
I don't know, what is the current membership? You need a microphone. It's a couple hundred.
However, we also do have the previous ministers' long list. And so this is over 1,000, if that answers your question.
And then,
And that's a long list from years ago that we found because we wanted to make sure that everyone is included in the vote. And, that list has not been gone through. And, there's people that are deceased, people that moved away, people that left CSL and haven't contributed in years. But we wanted to be fair, and anybody that's on that list obviously would be able to vote.
and so we know there are people that that wanted to be here, that couldn't be here, found out they weren't members. And we are doing another CSL, when I say we, it means me. We're doing another CSL 101 coming up very soon because we realized how many people were not members, and it's part of what I want is everyone to have a voice and everyone to be members here. And members have the power of who's going to be in leadership. So that is why we are going to do another CSL 101, probably at the end of August, beginning of September.
Is there anything you want to say before the vote?
I love that question that my friend Greg yelled out, do I really want it? I want to say this, and I love what Dr. Chris talked about. We do this because we love this, and we know that we're called to be here. I know that I'm called to be here. I know that I'm called to be a senior minister. I also know that everything allows me to fall into God. Everything falls into God. So whatever decision is made today, it's falling into God. It's already in God. And as my brother JC said to me this morning, it's in divine order. As many of you all said to me, it's all in divine order. Kirby texted me this morning, said it's in divine order. So if that message isn't loud and clear to me right now, this is all in divine order, no matter what happens. That's all I want to say.
All right, so we have chairs up here. So do you find your last name, A through J and K through Z, and get your ballot and vote. In an orderly manner, Maya
Please
says.
and thank you, in an orderly manner.
In an orderly manner.
My
Thanks.
husband came home last night, but he wasn't in the mood to go to church today. I'm going to tell him we needed his vote. I'll make him feel good.
Everything is broadcast live. Everything you say is broadcast live. Oh. We're on.
It's okay. I love you, Jack. Thank you. Thank you.
So for those of you that are watching us online, we appreciate your patience as we go through the process of having the people go in the room. So hang in there.
You're better. You're better.
Do I look like it? We are still online, ladies and gentlemen, so please be aware. We are still broadcasting. Since you can't see, those of you viewing online, we have a long line of people that are getting their ballots, so please be patient. Go ahead and make your eggs and breakfast. And
I feel like it's the Royals. What's happening with the T-shirts?
The T-shirts will be here June 8th or 9th. So they're coming. T-shirts are coming.
They're out here. I kept looking.
No, they're coming. They'll be available for us next week. You're welcome. Blessings.
for our online community.
Yes. Oh my.
You know, I didn't say what I wanted to say for the Mark Nepo book. As I was driving in this morning, I thought, you know, he really is a modern Emerson. You know, Ralph Waldo Emerson is like an American treasure, and I just think Mark Nepo is that. He's a spiritual genius, he's a poet. You know, I can read like 2 sentences of what he wrote, and I can just talk. I'm so inspired by his writings.
Every book.
I've read every single book he's written.
I've read every book too. I have every single book. The last book that we had was 7,000 Ways to Listen.
Yes.
That shifted me just to be a better listener.
What'd you say?
To be a better listener.
You know, 7,000 Ways to Listen.
Yes.
If you people online have not seen that, if you've not read that book, that's another good book by Mark Nepo. We use that in the practitioner class.
Right.
I use that as curriculum for the practitioner class because, you know, being a good practitioner is really about listening.
It is
you know?
about listening.
Excuse me.
I would love to have Mark Nepo here as a guest speaker, do a workshop.
I would love to have Mark Nepo here as a speaker doing
Yeah.
a workshop. I would love to have Mark Nepo be a teacher at CSL University.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yep. We could get that to happen.
We can do that. Look, anything we say yes to.
Yes. Well, we've certainly proven that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some of our members that are streaming in. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for those who've already voted and your messages through Facebook Live and through texting. Thank you for sending your love today. I appreciate each and every one of you.
I'll see you in Bali.
See you soon. I can't wait.
Very excited.
Are you excited for Bali?
Yeah, I'm very excited for Bali, and I will tell you, I forgot to mention today that if there's anybody that at the very last minute wants to go to Bali, there are still a couple of places open. So you have time, and go to chrismichaels.net, and click on the Bali info, and it'll take you down, scroll down, and watch the video that will show you about the experience of going to Bali. The first tour is June 26th through July 6th. So you act now. You know, it's like the advertising says, act now or you will miss out. But you literally have to decide like immediately. And there are still 2 or 3 people that are signing up to go. So I'm very excited.
There is.
You know, I love Bali.
So you're going to be in Bali. And
Yes.
on July 3rd, our Reverend Tina Miggs will be speaking here.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, Reverend Tina Miggs will be speaking right here on stage because I'm going out of town for 4th of July.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Tina's doing Independence.
Independence, yes.
Independent.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's all good.
Also, Reverend Tina is still doing her meditation class online. If you still want to sign up, you can actually sign up for a meditation class on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can sign up online. Just go to the app and go to our section where you see events and sign up for the meditation class. We will send you the recording of the first week you missed, so you can still sign up for the meditation class.
You know, the app, the CSL app, made everything so much easier.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
I don't know many churches that have an app.
Not
but
many at all.
I can tell you this, it really made a difference for us. And it's so easy. You know, we're always looking for ways that we can make our teaching easier and more accessible to a growing audience, whether they're online or not. So, yeah, if you haven't downloaded the app, there's about 1,000 people who have downloaded it. So please consider doing that.
And so after meditation, Juan Carlos is going to be teaching a prayer class. Prayer is a way of life. And the prayer class I'm very excited about because I believe prayer, when people learn to have that communication with Spirit, man, life changes. So that's happening. And then in August, you're going to be teaching advanced conscious training.
I am. It's my last class here at CSL. It's 4 weeks. It's called ACT, Advanced Consciousness Training. It starts August 9th and will run for 4 weeks.
But it's your last class as senior
My last
minister.
class as senior minister.
Because you're
at
part of the
CSL.
university now.
That
You're
is
part of the
correct.
university.
That's my last class.
Just when I
as
thought I was
CSL
out, they bring us,
senior.
they pull us back in.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that unfolds. You know, Ernest Holmes said we should expect specific and measurable results from our prayer. And you know, when you teach this class, when JC teaches the class on prayer, you know, the way that we pray is unique and different from any other faith or religion on the planet. You know, we follow actually the formula is the formula of Jesus's prayer.
Yeah.
You know, give us this day our daily bread. You know, it is not an ask for a loaf of bread. It is like, give us. How should we pray? Pray this way.
Yeah.
Give us this. It's a claim. We're staking our claim for our good, because the good is already there.
That's right.
So
That's
we're not
right.
begging or beseeching or trying to get some far-off deity to change its mind about us.
We're
And
affirming.
Stop watching what we're doing in the bedroom.
We're affirming. We're affirming. One of the things I learned about prayer, one of the very first things I learned about prayer was that how can you be given everything that you already have within you? So just claim it. Say it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that was the thing that really attracted me to Science of Mind. Was
prayer?
that way of prayer? Because I did not like the old man in the sky at all. I was
Lord,
not,
give me something.
I was not.
Give me
I was,
something,
I was
Lord.
not down with the old guy in the sky.
Give me something, Lord.
Yeah, give me prayers. Stay tuned. It's a process. One vote, one member. We're being broadcast. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So after you voted, if you take your seats, we're going to tally the vote and give you the results.
Where'd you get that voice from? You are like soul sister number one. Thank you so much for bringing the love. You sing, woo, deep.
Excuse me, Dr. Grace. I took this 101 to become a member. Maria is saying my name is not there, and I also a TPL member, and I have the paper at home.
Have her give you a ballot.
And go home now and get it.
Have her give you a ballot.
Huh?
Have her give you a ballot.
What?
Have her give you a ballot. Greg, why don't you turn our mics off?
good morning. If I may, after the selfie, Dr. Chris. Yes, Reverend Skip and Dr. Chris, we have a verdict. Yes, actually, we need somebody in the booth, so I'm going to run back there if I may. Maybe a restroom break?
Yeah, it'd be great to have a camera. I don't need this. I have a mic. My mic's not on.
My mic's not on. Is your mic on?
No. Your mic is not on either.
I know. There's Greg.
Greg, can you put us back on camera, please, so we can announce? Yeah, not the lower part of me.
Welcome to CSL.
Not that chakra.
Welcome. Oh, man.
The purple chakra. So all of you viewing online, and for you in the room, and for those who voted prior, I'd love to introduce you to your new senior minister, Reverend Skip. Thank you. Destroy them.
Oh, what a journey. You know, my grandmother, when I was 3 years old, I was running around, and my grandmother turned to my mother and said, "That boy's so bad, he's going to end up being a pastor." It's the truth. So I known since I was 3 years old, this was my calling. For the last, I would say, 12 years, maybe 11 years, myself and Reverend Tina, other classmates that are online right now, we went through a very long journey of becoming a minister. And in that time, we interned, we showed up in service. So this moment, 10 years and beyond, has come to this moment here. And this moment, this morning became so overwhelming, I had the ugly cry. And Antonio walked out and says, "What's going on?" And says, "I'm just in the spirit of knowing that everything, every step, every moment, every hardship, every no, every yes, everything has led to this moment here." I am so honored. I'm so grateful. No, I love y'all too. I love y'all too. I want to thank, first of all, Dr. Chris. You changed my life, man. You called me. And you said, "We might have something for you down here." I went, "Florida? Oh, I'm in California." And then it was just a huge yes from my heart. And I got here, and it was like, ready, set, go. And that's what it was. Drop me into everything that I needed to know. He would take me aside. Now, when I do this, and I call this person here and here, and I'm taking notes on my phone. You should see the notes that I have. The 7 months of me being here was to prepare me for this moment. So thank you, Dr. Chris. My mom watches on YouTube, so I'm going to say, Mama. Mama. Rebecca Jennings. You know, so funny because, when I said to Mama I was going to ministerial school, and she said, "Well, we sent you to NYU to do what? And now you want to be a minister of what?" So every once in a while, I have to thank my mom because she stuck with me with every career, every choice. And now when I call her phone, Mama says, Reverend Skip Jennings, how are you? So thank you, Mama. Thank you, Family Jennings, y'all watching right now. Thank you so much. Thank you to the board. This board is truly magnificent. It's a wonderful group of people that love me, that supported me. So I want to thank the board. I really want to thank the board from my heart. And I'm grateful. There's something that's really special to have here. These kids that come through here and they run up to me now and says, Rev Skip. And it's so exciting to see that. I want to thank our youth department. I want to thank Kirby. I want to thank Miss Pat. I want to thank everyone who brings their kids here and all the volunteers, the youth department. Thank you so much for loving our children. I love them dearly. Yeah. So I'll end with this because I'm really hungry. I haven't been able to eat. My stomach is growling. I haven't been able to eat. I'm going to end with this. I am here to love y'all. I'm here to love. That's the only thing I know is love and joy and love. And I invite you to reach out to me. Reach out to me because I'm open. I'm here for you. And as we go through this growth period together, this transition, it's going to be a transition. Remember that we're here for love. Allow love to happen even in the challenging times. Allow love to happen. And as we build this university, which is going to change this planet, we need your support. We need your prayers. We need everything that you can do, your energy, your vibration. And I'm so grateful that we get to do this together. This is not about Rev Skip. This is about Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale. And I've always said this. I want us to be the place that shifts this world. And I believe together, all of us, we can do it. There is a patriarchal way of leadership, which is a triangle that starts at the very bottom. There's a lot of people at the very bottom, and then we go up, and then there's one person at the very, very top. The matriarchal way of leadership is there's a circle that intertwines with another circle, that intertwines with another circle, intertwines with another circle, and the circle, and it's all in the big circle. I believe this is a form of leadership that we can really establish here. And yes, as senior minister, there'll be times where, I'll make that decision. But to know that it's a decision about all of us. I love you, CSL. I love all y'all online, and I am so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so begins the lesson. God bless you.